A mí pasó una vez, the last time it iced,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was trying to work out, and you know how like going to Westworth through River Oaks it's like como, it kind of does this a little bit.
Oh, going towards the mall?
Yeah,
Where the QT is?
yeah. I guess I got un poquito de hielo, so I'm driving, and I'm going straight, but my car's like, I was like, ah!
Wait,
You know,
why?
like, huh?
Why'd you-
Because there was ice on the road.
Oh.
So I remember I was just driving, I was like, oh, no! Look, and then like it came back, I'm like, blame it on the buggy.
Blame it on the boogie.
Blame it on the buggy.
What's up, everybody?
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Keep going. Keep going.
I don't know. That just kind of like threw me off. Welcome back to CharroBeans CharroBeans podcast.
Established 2020.
A Mariachi podcast.
Chinga madre.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. It was just Red Bull.
You're doing like, yeah, chale. I'm like, okay.
Maybe that's why I kind of rushed it. I don't know. That's because we're like 20 minutes in. Yeah, welcome back to the episode. This is episode 140. Wait.
9?
9. Dang, it's been 9 weeks
We did
since
8.
we started?
No?
Yeah. But as I'm saying, 149, going to 150, road to 150.
Makes sense. No, we started like in April? March.
I don't remember anymore. All I know is that it is now May. It's the last week of May. We're also recording this on a Tuesday. Little late. Not really. Well, they wouldn't know this because it's going to hopefully release tonight.
You're
It
just
kinda
admitting
depends.
to your sins, bro.
Yeah. But we're recording a little late, but it's because we had a pretty busy day yesterday.
Having fun.
Yeah, we were just, I was going to say dominguear, but it was Monday.
Luneando.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I'll say Monday ninguear. I don't know. No, yeah, but it was Monday, and for me, it was a mariachi Monday at the ballpark, and I didn't get a chance to. Well, we could have still done it, but I decided to go. We went to go eat. We went to Los Mariscos,
Acapulco.
which I was expecting. Like, you know how like everybody, it's like a meme now, but like los que van al Mariscos, they have, when did those bags become a thing? Like where guys wear like the bag. And they put all their cash in there. You haven't seen them? They're like cross-body bags.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen that? They wear like tight pants and there's like a Gucci belt, and they have like the bag. Oh, they have cash in there. You know that? Yeah. So if you're ever
I don't know why I picture Paco though.
No, he doesn't have one.
No, but I could picture
or tight pants. Nah, I would. No,
you don't picture Paco?
Paco like that? Nah. Paco's like
I see it.
He's like a working man. He's got like. Yeah, basically when he goes to the like parties and stuff, he wears like his Wrangler jeans. He wore like his cowboy hat and like a polo.
Okay.
He looks like a foreman. Like he looks like he has the big ass. What are they called? The OtterBox. Yeah, probably does, right? The OtterBox on the phone. It's like anytime that the foreman takes a vacation, he's just like constantly talking on the phone. He's at Disneyland, just like, ¿Qué pasó? You know, it's just like answering about all these questions about like el material, el dinero que se debe al cementerio. I don't know, some shit like that. That's what I was saying.
Etiquette? No.
Oh, my bad. No. I'm just saying like that's a new thing at Mariscos. Like they'll go and like siempre son los guys that are like, I don't know, they're like really flashy. It's like son los vatos que van al seafood shack. Like they'll go there and they'll have stuff like that. They just look like $1 million and they'll just go like to flaunt. They're like, ¿cuánto valen los camarones? Like 45 a pound. Like, ay, güey.
Give me 2 pounds.
No, they're like, nah, mejor la hamburguesa, güey. Tan buenas.
Dame those chicken nuggets.
Yeah, we went to
para niño.
Yeah, we went to Mariscos, but it was in a. It's called Acapulco. There's like 3 in the north side area. If you've been to Acapulco before, like likely it's one of those 3 locations. Like there's by my house, there's like those 3, and they're only like in a 10-minute radius, like or less.
Yeah.
But we went. It was a Mariachi Monday over at the ballpark. You took Dr. G. That was cute again. Was it a year since you gone, or that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about if it was already the year anniversary.
I don't think it's been the year, but definitely like towards the end of the last summer. I think
it was towards the end?
It was like one of the last games, no?
No me
or
acuerdo.
towards the end of the season.
No me acuerdo. I just know that the last time he came, it was you went. También it was you 3 you with Froylan. It was cool because it was like a cameo day for me at the ballpark. Like a lot of people went. My wife went.
Yeah.
Her mom went. My suegra. Los del mariachi Allende. It's like todos mis se me juntaron todos. I'm like, the fuck? Siempre ando bien solito, and then this time like estaban todos.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute. Yeah. What'd you think? I mean, you like the ballpark? What do you think about baseball? Like, did you understand it more?
I get baseball, but I don't know. Was it you that said that at a soccer game you would get bored?
No, I don't think that was me.
I forgot who told me that.
I said that a soccer game, if anything, is more exciting because it's just more things happen. There's not a lot of dead time. There's dudes running around the field the whole freaking time, you know. And in baseball, like you have to wait for something to happen, which it's a lot faster now because of the pitch clock.
Of the timer.
Yeah, so like now games are condensed from like 3 hours to like 2.5 or less.
It was 2:18 this time.
2:18.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's stupid fast. Like. Yeah. I remember back in the day, I would go to a 7:00 game at the ballpark, but like the original ballpark. And siempre salíamos como a las 10:30. I got a 7:00 game. That's like 3.5 hours. And pues, yeah, there was a shitload of dead time and stuff like that. But, I mean, I never felt it because I like baseball. So it was just like, I was chilling.
Yeah.
And back then, like, social media wasn't as big of a thing. You wouldn't see a lot of people, like, on their phones as much.
Yeah.
Everybody was just kind of enjoying that, or you could just get, like, that's another thing. You could get just drunk at a freaking baseball field. Like, you could literally, like, they won't stop you. I mean, if anything, like, the payment is like $20 per beer.
Yeah.
You know, but, like, if anything, people just get plastered and they would just fall asleep. Like, in the front row, they're just like, yeah. That's what Arturo said he did one time.
Bro?
Yeah, he went to the ballpark. But this is way back then. But he said his first ballpark experience was that he just like
took a nap?
got drunk and fell asleep. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It might have been like Saul or I don't know who, but they were like, I feel like maybe soccer games are more boring, but I'm like, I feel like soccer games are more intense. Like it feels like
Mexican
some people talk like they're in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, man. Like, you know, and yeah, because at a baseball game, like, I think the Blue Jays scored twice and the Rangers scored once.
Once, yeah, but with the home run, so that was kind of nice, yeah.
So even then, I told like Forlan like a whole life story, and like, I was platicando, and then maybe you heard something happen, and like, or like you see it fly high,
yeah,
and you're like, no, yeah, someone's gonna catch it,
yeah.
And he's like, so yeah, it's very like para ir con amigos, you know, just kind of like cotorreando ahí, and like, you just watch someone bad and you're like, all right, nah, ni modo. Como te decía, la política de México, you know?
Yeah.
And because that's what happens when we used to go watch the Rough Raiders.
Oh, the Rough Riders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were just kind of like we were just like right there and like watching, but we're like, you know, like,
it's definitely different at a minor league game. Like it's smaller. It's like when you go to a college game. It's more intimate. Like there's not thousands of fans there. It's just literally us just sitting there watching. But a big league ballpark like it for the Rangers, like I think the capacity is like 45,000 people, which isn't full. But yesterday it was pretty stupid full. And I think that was mostly because it was Memorial Day. All the kids are off of school.
Yeah.
All the teachers, como yo, like we're off. Or anybody that has a regular job too. A lot of people take Memorial Day off. So I told y'all like there was a giveaway that day too, like the Power Rangers jersey giveaway.
That line was long.
Yeah, and there was a huge line just to get the jersey. I was like, dude, by the time we usually play our pregame thing, like it doesn't look this packed. But yesterday it looked like everybody showed up, and it was pouring rain, which was like another reason why Texas now has its own ballpark with a roof. But It was one of those games where I was like, man, y'all came on the one day where it's probably like the busiest. The next one's gonna be like Mexican Heritage Weekend, and that's when all the Mexicans show up because it's literally called Mexican Heritage. So it's like everybody that is like
in a car truck.
Well, they go to the tailgate, llegan, you know, like a tomar, llegan a cotorrear. Like it is a different vibe because like really like. There's like 5 Juans for every Mark, you know, like you know, like and that's the thing, like they outnumber big time. Like all the Mexicans show up, which is cool. They're gonna make it a 2-day thing, so it should be a little bit fun this year.
I'm like, so you're not coming, bro? You're not coming to work?
Como te decía, this is episode 149. Cállate, güey. I already told them.
I didn't know. I was just kidding.
No, yeah.
So it's not on Monday?
I'm gonna have to leave you. No, it's a Friday and Saturday.
Nah, mami.
Yeah, pero pues, uno que quiere triunfar.
Bro, you guys are like celebrities there, man. Like, I think after you finish your third set, or like after the third inning, right?
We play a set and then 2 innings, yeah.
I told Dr. G and Freud, like, you guys want to go say hi, you know? And then we went up there and you guys were like taking pictures and shit. I'm like, hello, like, you want to say hi? Like, she's vato. She's like, sí, ahorita. Oh, yeah, picture, yeah, come up. You know, it's like, damn.
I was all kissing babies, signing foreheads. You know. No, wait. It's because it is different because like it's funny because you guys are like watching us like celebrities, como tú dices. Like, we're taking pictures with people, and you're just thinking like, I know the real you.
Sí,
like, todo un desmadre. You know, yeah, andas con los niños. You know, it's just like no, you don't understand. Like here, I'm a different person. Like Arturo, our boss, like our mariachi boss, just standing there like, I can't believe it. Like, my kid has grown up.
It was funny too because it was I think it was me and like Paco and Arturo kind of like talking, and there was like a bunch of people next to us, and we just kind of look at them. And I think Roland came up and he's like, "Hey, like they think you're in line to take pictures. Like you guys should probably like go somewhere else." And we're like, "Oh, my bad." Like and then sure enough they come up. And
fuck like, me, right? Okay, so let me just move the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. And it was funny too because Arturo just came up to Dr. G, bro. Like he was like, heard a lot about you.
Yeah, he did. I kind of heard that too. He was just like, oh, Dr. G. I forgot what he said. I don't know if he said Dr. G or.
Yeah, he said like Dr. G, like I heard a lot about you. And Dr. G pues se sacó de onda, way. Or like, I don't know what he thought, but he just looked at Arturo. Arturo's like
short.
Yeah, like he's like what 5'6".
Yeah, he's taller than me, so like 5'7" maybe.
Yeah, and Dr. G is like 6'2".
Is he taller than you?
He's taller than me.
Okay, yeah.
So Dr. G just kind of like, no tengo dinero, no sé, you know, like
un enanito. He's like.
But I could see Dr. G's confusion, like.
Yeah. Who's this guy?
Yeah, like, and I told him like, oh, this is Arturo. He's our boss.
He's like, I'm a mariachi too. Like Arturo telling him, he's like, I'm a mariachi too. He's like, sure, little guy. Yeah. Sure, little guy.
Where's your mom and dad?
Yeah. Come on, I'll hold your hand. And then it's funny too because I was like, we told him, right, we're like, this is our mariachi boss. He's like, oh, okay. He kind of understood him.
Yeah.
And then Arturo like took off for a second. Then he comes back with like 2 Estrella de Jalisco tall boys.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's my boss right there.
Yeah. It's like salud.
Yeah. That shit was funny. No, it was cool. It was cool having you guys at the ballpark. I think like it is cool because if anything, like when people do come out and they're like charros también, I don't know if it's their way of showing support, but like it is cool like when they come up and they'll like come say hi to us and stuff. But it's because like it's a cool opportunity to do that. And again, like I do it also because like it shows that the Rangers are trying to implement Mexican culture into baseball, dude. It's literally called America's pastime. So like it's like. I don't know if it's the oldest sport. Like, don't quote me on that, but the oldest sport in America, you know, around since the 1800s, you know, like it's America's pastime for a reason. So the last thing you would think in a place like that is like mariachi. But like, you know, I think they understand the cultural impact that mariachi has had, like especially in this area. And that's why it was kind of cool too. Like you told me that like they recorded Dr. G for like this thing, and they asked him like what his favorite memory was. It was like for social media, and he was like, no, because it was cool like bringing both of you guys being Froylan and you being like students of Dr. G. He told y'all were the greatest guitar players to come out of. You're like, oh.
Like, anyways, and he said like it was also cool to watch like former students play at the ballpark. He was like, dude, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's cool because I think he told us when we went to go visit him was that he's actually a huge Rangers fan.
No, yeah.
Yeah, like I never realized that either. Like he never talked about that in school, like when we were kids. Even if he did, I was todo mequillo. Like I don't remember anything. You know?
Oh, yeah, when we picked him up, like we're talking, he's like, yeah, you know, this guy. And then he said like Josh Smith. I'm like, I know that name. I know.
You know that guy. Right. I follow you.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
I
was like, we suck, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Everything you were saying, that's not what you saying. I'm like, yeah, that fucking 9th inning, bro. No mommy. So
yeah, it wasn't a great game, but you got to see a home run. You got to see the fireworks go.
No, I missed it.
You weren't there?
No, because we were talking.
Oh.
We just saw like I think the crowd was like, yo, go, and then like the guy was running.
Yeah.
And
I do. You can tell when it's gonna be a home run because people stand up. Like they can see the trajectory of the ball, which is what gets you excited. You're just like, oh shit, oh shit. Like uno que no está poniendo atención. It's like there's huge fireworks that go off. Like so I could just think like someone's like sipping on their like beer. Like
they got two un bebé where they're like,
oh,
you know, like when babies get startled, they're just like sleeping. They're like. like the whole body. Like
but it was cool. It was cool to have you guys out there. A ver si pueden venir otro día. We'll be there the next Monday in Mexican Heritage Day, so it'll be cool. But yeah, anyway, going back to this, we didn't get a chance to record, but we got a chance to do it today. So today we're gonna go a little bit into. I guess the topic today was kind of inspired. Well, I don't know how it was inspired necessarily. I think I was just thinking about.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The reason I thought of mariachi quote unquote etiquette is because I guess you could think it doesn't matter what kind of mariachi you're in. Mariachi in general doesn't necessarily just refer plainly to mariachi music. It could be mariachi, the mariachi group, or the culture, or just in general how things are kind of run in a group, that kind of stuff. Etiquette can, I guess, could really be boiled down to a lot of things. And the way I look at it is, in order for like a band, because technically we are a band. We've talked about this. We're a cover band. Like we're playing the songs of a bunch of other artists, artistas that made a lot of these songs popular, and our whole job is to not only keep up the integrity of the song and everything like that, but at the end of the day is you are putting like a representation of like Mexican culture no matter where you are. Kind of the same thing with what we do with the Rangers. It's like we're trying to implement like mariachi and try to put a positive image, not one that, you know, maybe one that people don't necessarily know about yet. So in order to do that, it's like you got to keep up with etiquette. So I think I asked everybody, what do you think is proper mariachi etiquette? What are the do's and don'ts like in a mariachi? You can go into a lot of things, especially with this, because again, like
it's
etiquette,
very broad.
It's very broad. Again, it can refer to the culture, it could be to the group itself, to your own etiquette. You know, like how you could personally think. I mean, before we get into, you know, people's responses, because we got a lot. What do you think are like some of the biggest like do's in do's, like things I guess you should do with mariachi?
Well, like I think a big part of it is that, you know, we are a team, and I think I've said it many times before, and I'm sorry, but I do think it's a big thing to like llegar y saludar. You know, like I feel like, fuck, I sound old, but I feel like a lot of kids like don't do that anymore.
See the value in that.
Where like they get to a place, or like I've gotten like to like a rehearsal or something, and pues yo llego y saludo a todos, you know. Pero si llega como alguien, like I've seen like this some kid get there and nomás llegan y se sientan, you know, and it's kind of like it doesn't open like any like doors to like some type of communication, you know. It feels like they're kind of telling you like, don't talk to me.
I think in general that might just be like a cultural thing too within like the younger generation, because I noticed a lot that like when I see it in students too, but it's like, and it might be a parent thing too, I don't know, but like did your mom or, you know, ever tell you like saludar a gente like when
I have a story about that. It's so it's like a Mexican candy. I forgot what it's called, but it's como it's like a long string, and inside it tiene como azúcar. You ever had that? I forgot what they're called.
Squinkles?
No sé, no me acuerdo. But it's like a big. It's a very like thin tubito. And
the sour ones?
No, well, I remember being sweet.
Okay, never mind.
Right,
okay,
and you would buy them for like, I don't know, 20 centavos, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I had 3 of them, and I was like eating one, just kind of like sucking on them a little bit.
Ooh.
Right? And I remember my grandma was like, dale una a tu primo. And you're a kid, right? So like I think I grabbed it, and she's like, threw it on the ground. It's like, pick it up. Right? And that's as far as I got, because as soon as it touched the ground, I was like my grandma gave me like the biggest like cachetada, right?
Oh yeah?
Just like,
shit.
like you se lo das en la mano, like, you know? And then like, I guess that's why I'm always like,
yeah, yeah. Like, llegando con el que sea. Nice to meet you, sir.
Sí, güey.
How you doing?
Sí, nunca se me olvida, güey, because I feel like my grandma era de like a heavy hand, you know?
Yeah,
so,
you told me that.
Even if she was trying to like, that shit hurt. You know?
Tiene la mano muy acelerada.
So yeah, it was emphasized to
very early
to
do that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I completely understand that. Like, I think in general, my parents always told me that too. It's just like salúdale a todos.
Yeah.
And it was just like a thing. Like anytime, because we always had parties growing up, and walking up to anybody, I was like, "How you doing, sir? How you doing, sir? Hola tío, cómo está? Hola tía." Like even the tía that's not even a tía, it was just like, "Hola tía, cómo está?" You know, it became a thing where it's just like. I don't want to say it's like a respect them. It's just like a common manners thing.
Yeah,
like you're just saying hi to someone, like just know that their presence is seen.
Like, yeah.
You know. But I've noticed that a lot. We'd actually get onto one of my fraternity brothers for that because he was like a real quiet type dude in the beginning, and he would just. And this is like early, you know, when I first met him too. Like he was always like we used to make fun of him because like he was one of the first. He always had headphones in his ears, and I remember I had never really seen that. Now you see that all the time. Like kids will just walk in. Fucking headphones in. I'm like, you can't listen to the real world for 1 second. I was like, but yeah, they'd just be walking in, and he would walk in, like just look at you, and then just kind of sit down, put on his headphones, and then just be on his phone. And it's like all of a sudden you have completely just like closed off your world.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I can understand that like maybe that's what they feel comfortable with. But I'm just letting you know though that a lot of people don't really appreciate that because then they feel like. Well, what the fuck? Like, who's this guy? You know,
and especially like I said, like in Mariachi, like we're a team, right? So communication is a big part of it. So like, they eventually have to ask, what song was it? En qué tono? Or where are we going? Or like, you know, where are we gonna see each other? Stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
So I feel like communication is a big part. Another thing is, kind of like understand maybe. Not a hierarchy, right? But let's say if you're helping out a group, like, you know that you have to follow whoever is in your section, right? So, like, you've seen a little violineros that kind of help us out, and then they look to our violinists, and they're kind of like, I follow you, you know?
Yeah.
Don't get us. Because there's people that get there, and they just kind of play whatever. And that looks bad on you, because it's like, well, you're not willing to, like, even listen to, like, how we play, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like Well, I've met people like that where it's like it's my way or the highway, and it's like you really can't have that mentality going into a place where you're the unknown. I guess you could say it's like you don't have to do what we do, but it's more like a common courtesy to be like, no, pues, ¿cómo le echas? Oh, okay, más o menos. Okay, pues le voy a echar aquí la primera. You on F sharp, tú on A, or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And that constant communication makes the group sound better, not just necessarily yourself. Because hay veces que también tocan nomás los adornos que ellos se saben, and it's like, well, just ask the trumpet player that's next to you. Just ask the violin that's next to you. Or like guitarists that'll come up to help and stuff like that. If they just kind of do their own thing the whole time, it's like, well, ¿qué te puedo decir, you know?
Exactly, and I feel like that's a big part. Like, you have to, the whole point is to, like, sound good together. And so I think my last part would be, like, I'm a little guilty with this, but like just being clean and having your suit and your instrument clean. You know, like I think someone said it here, like, you know, like clean your boots, clean your traje, clean your shirts, you know, clean your instrument. Maybe clean this up a little bit, you know. And I'm a little guilty of maybe showing up sometimes with like not the best look. Yeah. So.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess we can get into that because I saw some of the comments, right? But like, yeah, it's true. I mean, again, it's like the kind of image that you portray. So I'll just leave it at that for now because I'm gonna look at all these responses. But these responses, again, the question, or at least the topic of the day, was mariachi etiquette, do's or don'ts. So what do you see? What do you say as do's or don'ts? So should not. Empezando fuerte. Should not drink alcohol while working.
Where's that?
I'm really good.
Okay.
Should not drink alcohol while working.
I don't see that on here. I'm like, I don't want to see. Oh, should not drink alcohol while working.
I guess going along with that one, get drunk at gigs.
Get drunk at gigs.
I'm like, okay, wait. No, just kidding.
Huh?
Like, wait, what's wrong with that? Nah, like, now you guys are coming in too hard. Nah, no, I mean,
I don't like this guy.
Here's the thing, I half agree with that. I have heard like horror stories, or not horror stories. Nobody was getting murdered. More like I've heard stories like from clients. We've talked about it before that will tell us like, no, like quiero ustedes because una vez yo agarré otro mariachi and the first thing they wanted was like their own bottle, and then once they drink that bottle, like they got to the point where they couldn't play anymore.
Yeah.
And again, it's kind of like there's a lot of gray area, I think, in mariachi where you necessarily can't say one is all the way good, one is all the way bad. Like, how many times have we said that we've gone to a gig and no te ofrecen agua, but only want to give you alcohol, only want to give you a beer? You know how bad it makes me feel when someone comes up to me and they're like, ¿qué quieren tomar? And I'm like, no, pues una agüita, está bien, una agua está bien. Nah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, what does mean? And I'm like, no, pues una agua está bien. And they're like, nah, pinches mariachis no toman nada, pinches parecen plantas, quién sabe qué. And they're just like cussing us out, or they bring us the beers anyway. And it's like, dude, like, first of all, I just don't drink beer. I don't like it, you know? If you got a margarita, I'll take it, you know? But like, I've never been fond of beer, you know? So I guess like they have already like a notion of mariachis que van a tomar cheve like all the time. So like they'll bring us like the equivalent of a 12-pack and it'll be all nice and stacked and ready to go. And I'm like, dude, it's because at the end of the day, too, you're putting us in the hot sun, 90 degrees. Like, maybe not all of us want a beer. Like, at this point, like a Gatorade sounds better, you know? Like, electrolytes, give me a Propel, you know? But it's like, it makes me feel so bad whenever I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to refuse things either. Yeah. Because, I mean, again, we've talked about it like this. Like, clients también will offer you, like, a bunch of stuff. And, like, it's rude to say no. But, like, alcohol is one of those things that maybe if you don't want it and you say no, they still look at you like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, why don't you want what I give you? And it's like, well, I don't want that, you know? Yeah. And it makes me feel bad because especially, like, when they start insulting you afterwards, like, I'm just like, no, pues, I'm sorry. Like, I signed the DARE contract, you know? Yeah, I said no to drugs when I was in 3rd grade. Like, what do you want me to do? I mean, how do you feel? Like, I guess about that. Like,
I think you know how I feel. Like, no, mira, I think we all, and anybody who drinks knows how they get when they drink.
Well, they should. You know? I also think that too.
Like,
they have to know.
I think that, like, I do drink during gigs. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know, like, I have a problem.
I'll take a cold beer.
Well, I don't drink beer.
I'll take a cold shot.
Yeah. If you're like, they call them like malacopas, which is someone that gets like alcohol in them and out of nowhere they want to be like John Cena, like they want to fight someone, or they like to like argue with people, right? Or they just kind of like make a fool of themselves. Okay. Know? Like with the slightest like drink of alcohol. Like if you know you're that type of person, then yeah, maybe not do that at work.
Yeah, that's true.
But I personally I do feel like having like a drink or two will lighten you up, you know. Like,
yeah, you've said it before at gigs. Like, nah, mames, I need a shot. I was just like, damn, you might be too far gone. So I can't stop you at this point. No, but it's true. It's like, I mean, I've had those thoughts before, those dark thoughts. No, where you're at a gig and you're like, I've told you before, like, just to tolerate some people, I'm like, you know what? Give me that shot. Honestly, like, it's because I know one shot's not gonna do anything to me, but maybe I'll just feel something. Yeah, like just to feel something, you know. But very true. It's like whenever you know when you don't want to invite someone to a party, because you know that they're stupid, you know. So I think the same applies to like when you're out playing music for income, you know. Yeah. I necessarily, if I wouldn't invite them to a party, I probably wouldn't invite them to my gig because I know they're stupid, you know, or they can, not that they are stupid, but I meant like.
Pueden abusar también.
Ándale, like I just hate feeling embarrassed. Like, like si hay gente que no tiene vergüenza para nada, güey, and I've seen that, you know, before where like people would just not give a shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Like, I feel like if my mom saw me, she hit me. like, you know, me va a regañar or something, you know.
Yeah.
Me va a publicar. She put me alive on Facebook, you know.
Like,
You know?
Este es mi hijo.
Este es mi hijo. Yeah, she's like shaving my head. He's like, oh, you want to act up at the gig? You know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, I feel like you have to know yourself. You have to know, like, okay, maybe 16 shots isn't the move.
Yeah.
And if it is, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know, but I still think, though, I can't say no to alcohol because, again, so many people offer that. And it's like, what, am I just going to quit cold turkey? Like, it makes me sound like an alcoholic, but no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, people will come up to you and offer that to you. You don't have to say no. Or you don't have to yeah, right. Take it. It's good. No, you don't have to say yes. Like you can deny it and you could just be like that. Yeah. All I'm saying is that a lot of people will make you feel bad or stuff like that. And not to say that people that are like completely sober. I was sober for like most of my life, you know, and even now I rarely drink, but like it's not a bad thing. Like it's like with anything's done in excess will fuck you up.
Yeah, like you drink too much water, you'll die. So that's why I think if you know how you get, because I've worked with groups where like I've seen them get drunk, and I'm like, I'm not working here again, bro. Like I'm not gonna deal with you, like and your drunkenness. You know?
I've had that same thing too. Like that's what I mean by like que no tienen vergüenza. Like I've gone to gigs before where like someone is plastered playing next to me, and who's the one that has to make up for that? Like me, because I'm in the armonía or whatever. Like let's say it's a guitarrón player.
Hey.
If he right, I'm like it's. Somebody that shall remain nameless. His name rhymes with Dictor. Nah, but like
Vector.
I have to make up what he's not doing because he's inebriated. You know what I mean? So like,
or you just have to like aguantarlo. You know?
Exactly.
Like he's like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing. You know.
Did you see that video? There was like a video that was circulating on fucking mariachi algorithm or whatever the fuck, and it was un mariachi like in Mexico andaba en una moto, and then like he was drunk, so se cayó y se quedó acostado like in the middle of the road, like he was in Mexico, like on this hill.
Yeah,
you didn't see that shit?
I haven't seen it.
And estaba like, he's like, no, the guy recording, he's like, no mames, güey, es un mariachi, quién sabe qué, and then the guy's like, whatever, and he's like, ¿qué pasó? ¿Quién sabe qué? And he's like, no, estoy bien, like drunk, bro. And the guy's just like, no, pues estás bien. No, pues échame una, pues como quiera. Like, he asked him for a song. He's like, ¿cuál quieres?
I haven't seen it.
Bro,
that sounds
so
like
funny.
A skit, bro.
No, bro, it's legit. Like, se cayó de la moto, güey. Like, which at that point is like, why would you ride a motorcycle in a traje? Like, it's tight, bro. Like, you know, te hace subir y like, shh.
He's drunk, bro.
Se te mira toda la pinche nalga, güey. Like, so.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a bad thing if you can not make a fool of yourself, you know. Just drink safely. If you know you're not gonna drive, then like 2 or 3 or 5.
Más te comes un taco, güey.
Yeah, eat first, you know.
Don't take my advice.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck. Mira.
You're like, fuck, how do I do this without getting in trouble?
Well, without breaking like people's
spirit
hearts. Like, what do you think like Vargas and like No Te Quetzalán do when they go like, you never seen them like they're playing on stage and one of them like leaves the stage and goes in the back and comes back?
I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No, back when I was young.
Oh, exactly.
Like, yeah, you're right. It's like, hay que escuchar los grandes, you know, like look at them. I was like, if you look at them walking off, or this is me being naive too. When I was little, like when I would go up to them, like when I was little, like, oh, can I take a picture with you guys? And then I get next to them, like, something smells mysterious, you know.
¿Quién se echa un pedo, you know?
No era pedo, güey.
Yeah, no. Estaba. But all I'm saying is, you know, everything in moderation is not bad. And like, you think some of those recordings you hear, bro, you think those guys were sober, you know? Like, they were like in their little like recording studio in their chair. They had like a little like un vasito aquí, you know?
It's a red cup.
Yeah, and I get it because those guys are like from an older time than us. You know?
Oh yeah, there was no canceling back then, bro. Or there was no.
Besides that, it's a time where like maybe they were not like as emotionally available as you would be today. And I feel like I'm not saying it's right, but some people use alcohol as a way to like kind of like como perder esa vergüenza or lose some type of like thing that keeps him like, no, I gotta be like un hombre or something. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like, bro,
I've
like
never heard that before.
you can erase this from thing if you want, but like when you see your dad, like in the day, o sea, lo ves y ¿qué onda? ¿Cómo están? You know, gustan verlos, ¿qué una cheve o you know, algo de tomar? You know, but you see him like ya con algo and with a few beers in, and he's like,
beers, yeah.
He's like, no, yo los quiero mucho, o sea, he's like, yo te conozco desde chiquito y ya eres un hombre. No, like, ven, güey, like, hug me, bro, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, like, it just helps you kind of, like, lighten up a little bit. And, like, yeah, I've used it at gigs where, like, I am a serious person for the most part if I'm not with, like, friends. So, like, when I'm at a gig where everybody's serious, I'm just kind of, like, yeah, I kind of need something to, like...
You're like, todos aquí, todos bien serios, like, todos vinieron a trabajar, what the fuck?
So, like, yeah, I'll have, like... a drink or two, and we'll talk on Simon like, yeah.
That's true too. I think it's like something that does help you. Like I can see that.
Yeah.
Because they've told me before, I'm like with you and stuff. They're like, is Victor always this serious? I'm like, yeah. But like, just give him like a shot. Dale un traguito to Gatorade y luego ya se alegra, you know. And then then you just get a little bit more talkative. But again, like it's not abuse. You're just like chilling, you know.
Yeah. So I don't think it's wrong if you know how to control yourself a little bit.
And maybe you need to go so far up the deep end to learn that too. I've seen that. You know what I mean? Where it's like maybe the person saying this is because like they've seen someone go all hard.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You can go all hard and then stop and then just be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
You know? Because maybe like the person who wrote this suggestion for etiquette is saying that because they've seen someone like taking advantage of this over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's why they're like, yeah, you should never do it. And it's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but some of your heroes are probably...
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably, you know...
Not just alcohol. You know,
No, we can't shatter too many dreams here. Next one, there's a lot of them. Mariachi etiquette. From a woman's POV, don't correct the key the woman wants to sing in.
I don't know them. Oh, I think it just means like when you do the... Because I think for girls, you go 5 up, right?
Technically, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but I know, like, I think she means that.
I guess
like girls have different ranges.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be the same key for everybody.
I will say, in order to play with a lot of females, I know a lot of their rep will be changing in keys. Which at that point you have to be the type of musician that can do that. I think the people that might be complaining to these women and telling them like, nah, how are you going to sing this song in B flat or E flat or whatever? They're probably complaining because they can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't
That's
transcribe.
a big part. They're like a little lazy.
Cause I mean, I'll be honest. Sometimes not even girls only, like guys will tell me like, no, we're going to do this in do. And it's like originally in re or something like that. So I'm like, fuck, I have to work. Like I have to, in my head, I'm just like doing all the numbers. Yeah. And you can see our trumpet players, you see our violin players. They're okay, so we're trying to figure out the part. Okay. Okay, well, let's just get the part. But again, like it makes you work. So I think the reason why someone might complain is because they're like, no mames, ¿cómo la va a cantar en re, güey? No mames, quién sabe qué. No. Siempre sale en fa, quién sabe qué. Like, so I can see that. Maybe if they're like just lazy. You know, but I don't think I would complain to them. If anything, I would complain to you. I'm like, fuck, she wants to sing it in D, bro. Like, fuck. Yeah. But it wouldn't be something that I'm going up to her like, are you sure?
Yeah, it feels like this person is like, no, en ese tono no es en el X tono.
Yeah, someone told them like, así no es la grabación.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, that's the thing that so much of this music, like, it doesn't matter what song it is. I have played it like in every key, bro, at this point. Like someone will come up with one and it's just like a different key you're not used to, and it's not impossible, but I do have to figure it out. Yeah. And I might complain about it at the time. I might be like, fuck. Oh. And then we'll both be like processing at the same time. Like we'll start so many songs where I'm like, all right, let's just see what happens. Yeah. You know, like, and we start playing it and we're like, E flat with that. Yeah. Nah, pues for next time, you know. And it just becomes a
second time around. Yeah.
And then we fuck it up again.
Yeah. And then we fuck up another part. Like, oh. Yeah.
Y luego, it's funny too when it's like a thing we do a lot too. We'll fuck it up like when we actually play it with like a song or whatever. We'll do like a little mini sectional right after. It's like, ayer E flat with that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh, F. It was F. Okay. Arturo, otra vez.
Yeah.
Hay que darle.
Do it again. Ya sale.
Ahora sí sale. Yeah.
Chivato.
That shit's funny. But that's the thing. Like, mariachi's not perfect, man. Like, honestly, anytime we play, like, ya ves que estamos taloneando and stuff like that. If someone were to record all of that, you can point out all the mistakes that are in there. Like, there are so many mistakes that happen realistically at any planta, at anything like that, any performance. And all it takes is one of those clips to be like, oh, fucking dumbass mariachi. You can say it. But it's like, dude, everybody gets wrong. Like, even the girl that like is telling me, oh, pues va a ser en fa, and then we play it in fa, and she sings it in mi. So we're there in the middle of the song, like, dun, 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 dun. You know, like we have to like physically in the middle of the song change it to the key that she didn't realize she was singing in. And it's like someone's gonna record that and say that we're fucking dumb. It happened to Vargas.
Yeah.
Vargas was doing
they're like a radio station.
They were at a radio station or something, and I forgot what song it was. Oh, it was La Fiesta del Mariachi. Yeah. And they started on one key. I don't know what the situation was, but it was a girl singing, and she was singing it in another key. And I think they originally thought it was one key, and in the middle of that, the vihuela didn't communicate with the trumpets or what, and the girl was singing another key. So the whole thing sounded bad. Like, it did sound bad. So what did the comments do? Nah, pues cómo van a hacer eso, es en B flat, no, es tan fa, and it's like, dude, ni a Vargas lo perdonan, güey, no mames, like,
El Nuevo did that too one time, no?
With Guadalajara, yeah. And we see that as musicians, we're like, oh yeah, that was wrong, but it's different when people are just like straight up like, no way, pues déjalos, they're like the best, déjalos, if they can't do it,
what chance do you have, bro?
Exactly. It's like, can you read music? They're like, no.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Can you improvise like that? It's like, what? That was improvised.
Can you improvise? Like, no, o sea, le voy a echar una mamada y media y a ver qué pedo.
Mejor dámela, güey. No.
What the fuck? Okay, this next person says, all mariachis should mind their own business.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think we do. I mean,
I try to. Sometimes the business isn't necessarily something you can hide from, though. Like, people just publicate everything nowadays, you know?
Well, I don't know what it means. Like, all mariachis should mind their own business.
I think mariachi drama is some of the most annoying shit ever. Because, like, maybe it's just me. I've been called the most nonchalant of our time. Like,
why, your students?
My students, yeah, they call me so nonchalant. And the reason why is because I really don't feed into a lot of that shit. Because, again, nobody is literally affecting me on what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, they're not here. They're not here with me. They're not in my group. So, like, don't get me wrong. I've heard rumor and I'll be like, oh, shit, for real. And then I'll talk about it for a second. But at the end of the day, it's like, if they want to do what they want to do, who's stopping them? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, when it comes down to mariachi drama, I'm just like, I listen to it because it's fun. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, I'm just like, this is just a thing. It's just the next thing that's going to come up. And in a week, it'll be another thing. Then it'll be another thing. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I remember all this drama from, like, when I was in high school, whether it was competition, whether if it was, like, people in relationships and... I've heard like the mariachis are super unfaithful y que se andan comprometiendo con otra and they're at a gig and talking to some girl and
you're like, yo,
it's just like, damn, that's crazy. Like, pues yo que le voy a decir, I'm not gonna go up to him, hey bro, like, no, estás muy mal, güey. No, quién sabe qué. I'm not gonna call him up and say, hey, wait, you shouldn't do that, man. It's bad. Quién sabe qué. Like, you're a grown man. You're a grown woman. Do what you need to do.
True.
Tú si quieres hacer esas cosas feas, malas, pues hazlas.
If you want to be a piece of shit like that.
Nah, man. And that's what I mean by like nonchalant. Like I just be like, nah, pues ya que se puede hacer.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's pretty much the best approach. You know, like a lot of people will probably like tell you like, well, you should probably like stand up or something, right? But me, like...
Oh, like stand up to it?
Yeah. But like me personally, I think I feel like the same way too. I just kind of like watch and I'm like, here we go again, you know? And you see people do
stupid shit.
Like they talk to a girl or boy, or se meten cosas, or they
O se sacan cosas.
What?
I don't know.
You know.
Oh, man.
And I think that, I mean, yeah, we're all adults. I think that if you want to do something and you're fully conscious of what you're doing, then you're probably also aware that it will have consequences, whether it be found by like someone else or like the law.
I just thought you were going to say the Lord.
Huh?
The Lord.
The Lord.
También, I guess.
También. Como dicen los viejitos, like, para allá vamos todos.
Yeah. You start giving them like those old man, old lady sayings. Like,
Yeah.
No, es que ya todos vamos para afuera.
Sí.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hay que cuidarse.
If you're fully conscious of your actions, and pues that's your choice. You know, yeah. I think lately I'm just like doing a lot of stuff to like care what a lot of other people do. You know, all I can do is, bueno. I heard like a weird echo.
Yeah, it's an echo. It's when you get closer.
Yeah. And all I can say is, what the fuck? You know?
Todos pueden hacer lo que quieran hacer.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to, pretty much. Oh, man. Okay, this next one is, I think all Armonía charros should carry an extra strap and picks for the homies just in case.
I used to carry a strap.
What happened to it?
Did you lose it? Or
No, I only used yours like one time.
Nah, you used it like 5 times, bro.
2 times.
Fucking
At least
liar.
2 times. Because it was like the shoestring one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. Did I let someone borrow it and they lost it?
Don't look at me, bro. Lately, I've been pretty bad. Like I have in my house currently, I have like 4 straps that I use, and it's because I always leave them in a different place.
Yeah.
I saw a thing today that said that guys form piles.
What?
Like we get to the house and we form a pile, and I kind of do that.
Oh, like on the chair?
Yeah, there's always a chair, you know. But I meant like, so when I come in, I take my wallet out, I take my rings off, my keys, like they're all like in an area. Yeah. It's just a pile. And then like when I take off my trajes, I hear my pants, and then I hear my boots, and then here's my shirt, and then here's my saco, here's my belt, and it's all in one pile.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like apparently guys do that. I don't know if girls don't, or I don't know, but that got me thinking. I was like, is that what we do?
You're telling me like girls get there and then they like fold up their traje neatly? I'm like, all I want to do is lay down, bro.
No,
honestly.
they turn back into a cat. They're just yeah. They anamorph like Professor McGonagall.
Yeah.
They anamorph, yeah.
But yeah, I do that. It's because all I want to do is lay down, bro. Like you're walking all day in boots.
No, yeah.
You just want to like let them rest a little bit.
Oh, that's where I was going with that. Yeah, it's because I had a pile, and that pile is my strap.
Oh.
So then I can't find the strap, and then I show up at the gig. I'm like, for Arturo, is there a strap right there? And he'll look, and he's like, and it's like I was smart enough to leave like this one strap that came with like a vihuela that I bought like years ago. I've never seen a strap like this. It's like a really old strap, but it's not the most comfortable. But if I have nothing, like I'll use that one. And lately, I just keep forgetting my strap, dude. And then like lately, I've been breaking my picks and like el pinche Samuel quebra púas. But it's just because those picks are like literally like 6-7 years old, and they're finally starting to give out on me. So it happened recently where I went to the ballpark, and as soon as we were about to start, it broke. And I was like, no. And now, like all my vihuelas, I have at least 2 picks on the tuning keys. Because that was a horrible feeling, like knowing that I didn't have anything. Because my fingy hurts, bro. Like, I mean, you can play without it, but it's just, I've told this before, but it's like, I don't like playing when I know I don't sound to my best of the potential. I've gone to gigs before where like I'm not like as loose as I usually am, or I just don't feel it. Or maybe it's too hot. Like, if I'm uncomfortable, I know I'm going to sound like shit. Or if I have old strings, I'm like, fuck. I'm going to hate this, aren't I? And it's usually like on a freaking weekend where we have like 5 hours. I'm like, fuck, I'm about to suffer for like this next forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not fun. But Yeah, I think we should always. My suggestion for that is, do keep extra straps and picks and stuff in your case. That's why a lot of cases have like a bag, an area, like put stuff in there. I think it's a good idea.
Well, I think they mean like the homies to have.
Well, that's the thing. I play by myself. Like no one else plays, vihuela with me or guitar. I mean, if the equivalent of that is me to carry around guitar picks for El Paco, which he always drops.
Yeah.
You're like, as soon as we start playing it, because he hasn't been playing a lot. Like he'll play like every week or two or whatever like that. And he comes up and he's like, dun, 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 boing.
Yeah.
Ya se cayó, and he's like, fuck.
I just see him like bend over, looking down. I'm like, ya se cayó.
Yeah, ya se le cayó. Or like we'll be playing and like he's like kind of low key about it. I'll just be playing. I'll be like, and then he'll look at me and he's like, he shows me the other pick that he has. He's got backups. He's like,
But I used to have one because Sammy would always lose them. But
all mariachis should be punctual.
Yeah, that's true. What?
Is that a dig at me?
I've been late myself.
Okay.
I think lately I've been very late. But I do think.
Well, that's the thing. Okay. I've heard that saying before. It's like, if you're not punctual, you have no excuse. You have no excuse to be punctual, to not be punctual.
Okay, well, I don't know about that because a lot of things can happen.
Exactly.
But to be late every time, I think that will be a problem. Oh, well, hey, tú solo, güey. Te estás echando la cabeza. You know?
Well, here's the thing. I'm consistently late by 5 to 9 minutes. Yeah, like I told you before, like if it's anything more than that, there is a problem. Like something went down. I could be dead, like y'all should be calling me if anything,
We are.
Like, cause I usually call, like when I see the GPS, it says more than that. I'm like, hey Arturo, so you're not believe me, but there's a fucking well on the freeway.
Yeah.
I didn't expect you to believe me. I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna be late.
I'm gonna be late. Pero si quieres ustedes échenle. Just like even with that if you want. No, but it's just there's a lot of factors that can happen. I understand that. Could I technically get there on time? Yes.
Am I going to? No.
It's just more that I have left early before and I'm still late. I'm not saying I'm unlucky, but like that's what it feels like, bro. Because like I've left before like con tiempo, way, and that's usually when I get the latest. Like te digo, hay una mamá y media, like fucking the Avengers came through town and fucked up all downtown. And I'm like, hey, wait, voy a llegar tarde. But just things like that have happened. So I'm just like, now I know that I will get there 5 to 9 minutes late, but I'll be there. You know what I mean?
I'm like, thanks to you, Arturo, fucking nos cita bien pinche temprano, güey. Like the gig's at 1, he's like, I'll see you guys at 11 a.m.
Dice, llegan a las 7 de la mañana. ¿Quieres la chamba? Las 7 de la tarde. Fuck.
Mañana.
Mañana. Para acabar. Y todavía voy a llegar tarde, güey. Fuck. No, yeah, it's just... I know myself, but I know I'll be late, but I know I'll be there. But that's the thing, too. It's not just personal. It could be like the mariachi in general. Like, ya ves también, like, all the chambas. Like, it usually happens when Arturo has them all stacked up.
Yeah.
But when he has them all stacked up and they're only like 30 minutes in between, like, we're going to get late. Like, I always end up telling my wife, I'm like, hey, we're at the gig. And she always asks me what time we're done because usually I get her food.
You're like, policía, okay. Like,
yeah, she's like checking up. She's like, entonces, ¿qué van a acabar? I'm like, cabrón, fuck.
Like, vamos a las 11, like 11:01. Ontas.
That's 10:59.
Yeah.
Ontas. I just got done reading my cards. Like, ontas. No. But yeah, she'll text me. She's like, ¿qué van a acabar? Because I always tell her, like, before leaving, I'll be like, no, but the last gig says like 10 to 11, right? And then she goes, okay, when it starts getting close to that time, she's like, okay, at what time are you going to get done? Are you going to get food, ? And I'm like, no, pues, ¿cómo te explico? We're a little late. We had to stop at a liquor store. No, I'm saying. No, I mean, Chuck E. Cheese. No, tenemos que comer. No, but I'll be like, pues, ¿sabes qué? We were a little late, so now it looks like I'm going to get there at 3 in the morning. She's like, what? See, güey. Yeah, it's happened like that before. She's like, no, quielas. And I'm like, no, es que no sé cómo te dice.
She's like, who is she?
I'm like, se llama Arturo.
Is it because she's bald? What? Is it Arturo?
Was he bald? Yeah. Boy, no, madre. No, but no, she'll just ask me that, and I'm like, no, but I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm gonna get home like at 2 a.m. She's like, fuck. She's like, so
she says up to 4 anyways.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I was like,
thank you.
No, yeah, but she's usually like, fuck, that means I'm not gonna get Whataburger, and I'm like. Then I'll tell her, pues si quieres, you go get it. She's like, I'm not going to go to the drive-thru. I was like, entonces,
she's like, what am I, a peasant?
Yeah, she doesn't like going to the drive-thru. Es que aquí, como yo vivo in the hood, like, llegan los crackers, they're like, ni te preguntan nada,
yeah,
bro.
Bro.
It's just like, dame. And I'm like,
she's about to...
the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't like going to the drive-thru, so like, I will sacrifice myself to go to the drive-thru.
Because my safety.
See, ándale, jeopardize my safety. Yeah. So, yeah, just punctually, you just never know what's gonna happen. Like on a given Saturday, Friday, you know. Si llegamos poquito tarde, llegamos, you know. But como dice Arturo, chistes que lleguemos, you know. There's a opportunity you don't make it, you know.
Yeah.
Hay charros que también they'll call it, hey, ¿sabes qué? We're not gonna get there, and like the quinceañeras all crying and shit. She's like, fuck. Yeah.
I will give you guys a tip to maybe get there earlier. Look it up on the map. Well,
what do you do?
Apple Maps now, you can set it up to be like, I want to get there on this day at this time. And it'll give you like a projected time because of like...
That like traffic trends? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the time it gives you at 15. Okay? Because it'll tell you like, well, you should leave at 10:30. Leave like at 10:10 or 10:15.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be there on time most of the times because sometimes you cannot help it.
Yeah, you can't.
Sometimes fucking 18-wheeler flips over and like Final Destination type, someone gets locked through their car.
Oh, I mean, I've seen it happen on Final Destination.
Yeah. So sometimes there's been times where like since me and Sammy come from the same place, Fort Worth, we take the same freeway. And if I'm late, sometimes I'll tell Sammy like, hey, wait, like there's a car crash. Don't take the tollway or take the tollway, you know, whatever.
You pass by the crash, I'm like, hey, wait.
Yeah.
Pick me up.
Like, bitch.
give me some rides, please.
But yeah, you know, it's just
yeah.
That's a little tip.
Ooh. This person says, cut the extra string off the end of a vihuela.
Is that the little like rollito that you guys make?
No, I think some people make it look like todas las greñas afuera. Oh. I don't like that look either. But what are you gonna do? Let him be. I mean, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, he would have his strings all fucking crazy. We could tell him something. No, what the fuck? So just do whatever you want. Don't show up to gigs without rep, comma, animo, comma, willing to sing coros, comma, and a good attitude. Yeah. It's a good way to put it.
Well, I would say do what's in your job description, you know. Like for me and Sam, I think you and me have the same job description. It's like know the songs, ten animo, like, and look pretty. Because we're not singers, and I don't think Arturo wants us singing. Have you heard us sing?
Yeah.
It's not great.
That's why I told Arturo, or I told everybody. Everybody tells me, because like both of my siblings, all of my siblings that sing, they all sing well. Even Cassie, like she showed that she could sing. I saw her at her All Region.
Yeah.
Canta bonito. So I know that I can sing. You've seen me do it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Pero I've told this before. I'm the biggest judge for myself. So if I know what you can say, I already know that I can say it worse. You know what I mean? Like judge-wise, you know? So that's why I don't do coros. That's why I don't do like solo songs or anything like that. Because in my head, I'm just constantly judging myself. And I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just do without that. So, and it's not even like I love to sing either. But like, I have to sing as a teacher. Like, every day, it seems like I'm singing with the kids. I'm telling, and like, maybe they look at me like I'm the expert. And I'm like, they're looking at me like, you're the expert? Like, no, but I'm just like, because I've had kids tell me that before, that, Mr. You sing good. I'm like, shut up. Nah, I don't tell them shut up. Yeah, but I'm just like, no, I was like, no, like you guys just follow what I do. I don't have the greatest voice, but just do what I do. And I play on the piano, and then they sing along with me and stuff like that. I teach them about like harmonies and stuff. But again, like I know that I couldn't do coros because I'd be judging myself all the time. But my job description says I can play, show up with a good attitude, toco los manicos comadres, or medio fuck you, and yeah, I mean that's my job description.
How you look on the sistema?
Know the rep.
I'm the card boy.
I'm the card boy. Yeah. So I know my job. You know, I feel like if anything, if that wasn't your job description, if yours is like to play violin and echar coros, echarte unas cancioncitas and stuff like that, if that's your job description, you should be worried about your shit, not my shit. You know. But yeah, like everyone has like a job to do, I think, and if your job includes whatever it includes, you got to make sure you do it well, because that's how you create longevity in a group. Like, to be honest, like you have to do the things that are expected of you, I think, to last.
If your boss asks for it and you don't have a good excuse not to do it, then that's gonna be in your job description. Like Arturo always tells us, like, hey, like that's for this song, learn it, or like, hey, can you guys do this in this key? For the most part, we can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like we have other people that he'll be like, you know, some of the violinists, he'll be like, hey, you guys learn this song and sing this song, right? Learn, like I think it's something like before, like learn a song a week. Y de ahí se van, you know. So like that's their description, right? It's like way different to ours. So like whatever it is, like you guys have to do that, así, like con madre, así.
Yeah. Because what we do isn't it's maybe easy to us because we play armonía and that's like our thing.
Oilo? No.
Oilo, right. No, it's because I remember my sister telling me, because she took a vihuela class when she was at Texas State, and it was an armonía class. And in armonía class, they teach them, you know, the basics of guitar and vihuela and how to do all that shit. And she says, like, because I don't forget what the conversation was, but it was something about me, like I just strum, like that's my thing. Like I think I was saying that. And she was like, no, but that shit's hard. She's like, when I took the vihuela class, I was like, y'all do this all the time? Yeah. And it's because ellos tienen diferente callo. Like, el callo de ellos is like the fucking...
Non-existent.
Huh?
No, I think it is.
No, it's like, you know, they use a bow. They use their fingers to do this, you know, like... So for us to use our shoulder and realistically, like our arm, they're different movements. So, like, we never take a break. We play every song all the way through. Pa ellos, like, they take breaks all the time, you know? Like, they're like, dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. You know, and it's like, fuck, nosotros estamos puro pum, chen, chen, pum, chen, chen, the whole time. Y tú, dun, 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 dun.
Sí, güey. Esos son callos para que veas.
Sí,
no te creas.
No, yeah, but it's everybody has a different job description. So you have to do what yours entitles so that way you don't get fired, essentially.
Hell yeah, bro.
Next person says, we got to go a little bit faster. Should fix their collars. Yeah. I know. I have a thick ass neck. Like,
ooh, call me the throat goat. Dice este.
Stupid ass.
You said that, bro. Not me.
No, just saying. Like, I have a wide neck. Like, the circumference, the radius.
Si cabe, o sea.
Sí, like,
tú solito.
Está amplio, you know.
Oh, sí.
No, so to find a shirt, you know how like today, this week I showed up like Dwight on Sunday because I wore the.
He had no long sleeves, bro.
I had no long sleeves, so I wore like my little short sleeve white shirt. It was my first time. Yeah. And the thing that's hard about finding shirts for me is I have to get at least an XL to fit my white ass body, and then my shoulders. Like if you look at that shirt. Like, it fits me down here super big because I needed to get it wider up here.
Yeah.
But even then, this was tight, like from my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then from the throat or from the neck or whatever, from the collar. Most of the time, I can find one that'll at least close, but it's a little tight. So I kind of just got to get used to it. But I still try to button it because, yeah, it does look kind of fail. And I don't like it. I don't like even when I catch myself, I'll look in the mirror. I'm like, fuck, I looked all stupid like this, and I'll like fix it real quick. And it's just because, yeah, like I think that just doesn't look right whenever this isn't like set up right. You see it a lot in students, bro, like because they don't see it. They don't see it like you do.
Yeah.
Like some of them will walk around. I'm like, get over here. I'm like, así. And then they start walking and it's like all stupid again.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it happens to me,
God.
bro. I hate that I see like on a shirt. I'm like, damn, se ve chingón. Y luego me pongo el moño. Y the moño has like a certain like tightness to it.
Tightness.
And
okay.
as soon as it applies that, like the fucking collar just fucking
gets stupid.
Yeah.
No, it is. Honestly, it's hard to find white shirts. And I think it's even harder for girls because even like my girl students, they'll put it on. A lot of their shirts aren't really meant to, because, they have this area to deal with, so they can't really button this up. Yeah. So like all their collars look like bacon. Like they just look all dumb. I think if in general, you guys can tell me that, but can girls just go shop in like the men's department and find like a boys small or something like that?
Do that?
Yeah, and I think that would look better because ours are just shaped for this to be closed, and that's what's kind of required for the moño. So yeah, like you'll see a lot of like girls wearing like girl shirts, and they're just not made to close here, and then they just like
they're very soft on the collar too.
Yeah. It just looks all crunchy, and I'm like, what the fuck? No, yeah, you gotta fix that collar. So try to find a shirt that matches up.
Be better.
Ándale. This person says all mariachis should wash their suits, keep their gala intact, and shine their boots before every gig. It's kind of like you said, bro. Like I'm kind of bad sometimes. Like 2 weeks ago, we played at a gig, and I was looking for my moño. I couldn't find my moño. I knew it was in my truck, and as I was walking around, I was holding my white saco, my jacket, and I like brushed my tire, like the side of my tire, and I had just recently got it cleaned. So at the Fuel City where I go, like tienen vatos allí, and they like shine your tires, todo nice and stuff. They look like nice. I had just done that. So when I brushed that white traje right next to the super black tire, it brushed it, and then it just left it like todo rayado. And I was like, I put it on. I was like, no. I told you it looks like cookies and cream because it just looks like una rajada de pinche cookies.
Oreos.
Yeah, Oreos. So yes, that happened like a couple of weeks ago. And I keep fucking forgetting that whenever it's white traje day, I put it on. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. So I'll be honest, on some of those days, I'm really bad about like washing my traje and like keeping it clean. But when it is clean, you can tell because I put shout on there. Like, le echo un chingo de shout so that way it'll get like more, because shout is for like more specific stains. You can get like the ones that are a little bit more concentrated. You just spray the shit out of it. Y lo tallas poquito. And if you wash your traje after that, it should get it mostly out. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You wash your traje also like in the lavadora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that before. Some people have asked me though.
I just flip it inside out.
Yeah.
Some people are like, don't do that, but I'm like, no le pasó nada.
Yeah.
It's good. De gala so far. Arturo said his se despintan, but maybe his lavadora is stronger than mine.
Maybe.
Mine have been good. I do want to get something like that, shout, like, because I've been having more like stains on it.
Little stains.
Especially on that white. I don't know why it's like a North Texas thing apparently too, like
what?
Having a white traje.
Yeah, when I was in the South, nobody wore anything other than black unless you were in like a specific group.
Me too, like in the valley, like no había.
Yeah,
apparently in California, it's a little rare too to have a white traje. I don't know why we decided to have that. I mean, it makes sense maybe in the summer.
Los charros aquí casi todos tienen también traje blanco.
Yeah, well, as I'm saying, it's a North Texas.
Now that I think about it, yeah.
And like aquí es casi de ley. Like you have to, si vas a maromear, like you need black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, I just fucking hate that because it's also kind of like my little in my job description to like subir la caja, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time que la subo, like we push it in, and my thigh will like brush into the van. Y ahí está la pinche like
la raya.
Yeah, las franjas, and I'm like, I just watched this. Lord, this is like a Thursday, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to use this like 3 more days.
Yeah, 3 more days.
And I'm like,
yeah, we have 2 variations. We have like the regular white traje and then the Viva Mexico one.
Yeah.
So both of those, like, I have stains on them right now.
Yeah.
So I can't talk shit. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I kind of got that from like Paco and Arturo. I think they do that. They would go to the bathroom right before they would go play, and they would get like una toallita, le ponen agua, and then they just like clean their boots real quick. I couldn't do it before because I couldn't bend down.
Yeah.
So I would have been like, I couldn't reach. But now I can, But that's one thing that I would notice. I think it was like little detalles like that I kind of saw like, oh, they're serious about this shit,
Yeah.
Because like every weekend it seems like we go somewhere, like llegas todo bañado, way, and then sales todo pinche mequeado because of the freaking any terreno that we play at, like parece rodeo,
Yeah,
afterwards.
bro. Like on Sunday, like maromé un poquito, and we played at a charreria. Just walking to the stage, bro. Like my boots, I was like, was I in the fucking charreria, bro? Like what the
was
fuck?
I the horse?
Yeah, like my boots looked like I was like fucking zapateando and shit.
Yeah. Parece que estabas en la pista. You're like. This person says egos shouldn't be a thing. Sorry to tell you, bro, but in mariachi, man, egos exist. They're like, what? Oh yeah. It's just there's always gonna be somebody that thinks they're the shit, and that everybody should notice that they're the shit. Everybody knows somebody or other that thinks they're the best, and they will tell everybody they're the best, and then they go out to play and they're not the best.
Yeah.
But they really think they're the best. So it's like, again, it goes back to like just dealing with people. Sometimes you're there for one gig, you're just doesn't matter and you deal with these people. Some people have them in their groups and they just deal with them because it's like, this is the only job I can get mariachi wise or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you're always going to deal with people, unfortunately. I do think in order for you to be successful in mariachi, like especially a mariachi group that's being run by you and your friends or whoever, like you kind of have to leave ego at the door. Like you literally do. You have to come in with everybody has, the same plan. Everybody has, or at least same goals. And then that way it'll be much more successful later. So it's not like, oh, no, pues yo quiero ser el que está enfrente. Yo quiero ser el pinche master or whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
I think groups don't work. Groups don't work like that. And they never would. This person says, have a clean shaven face. Good one.
I agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do it because
I would like to say something.
It's harder than you think.
Wait, why is it harder than you think? What for you?
Because I'm not home all the time. So like to get home and then like shave it up, it takes time. Like this, todo esto así, like sin nada, it would take me like to get it clean. O sea, probably like 20 or 30 minutes.
So yours is a time thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next day it's back.
Okay.
So like to keep it up, to make it clean all the time, for me it's a little hard. Porque te imaginas, hace cuenta the last semester for me, on a Thursday I would get up at 5 a.m. to be at school at 8, right? My last class would be like at 3:20, which from there it's not worth it to go home. Because I would have to go home to get to Fort Worth in traffic from Denton to Fort Worth is like almost an hour or an hour if there's no car crashes, right? So ya para eso ya es 4:30 o las 5, right? From there I have to get ready and then I have to drive to Dallas, right? If I try to shave, there's a chance I'm gonna be late. Because 20 minutes, as little as it is, sometimes, like, I don't eat, so I'd rather eat than shave. Or sometimes I don't even shower, bro.
Okay.
Right? And then Friday, same thing, I go to school, right? If I did shave, like that Friday, I mean, by that Thursday night, it's already, like, getting rough. Like, it's not smooth anymore. Ya cuando me levanto, it's already, like, getting rough and stuff. And then by Saturday, I look homeless.
Okay.
So I'd rather have this where, like, if I wanted to look a little presentable, like, I would just do, like, me la paso como por aquí, where it looks like I fake it, like, if it had, like, a little cut, and then from under. So it looks más o menos clean. I haven't done it because I can't find my fucking machine.
Okay.
And I think that looks a little more presentable than fucking looking homeless for 2 days.
Okay.
And imagínate, you get home from a Friday like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you have to wake up at 7 in the morning. You know, are you gonna shave if you're waking up late?
I guess not. I don't know.
Sí o no, Sammy?
No, just mine would be like not necessarily time wise. It was just because I feel like I would look ugly if I take mine off. Like, I'm literally afraid of taking this off and looking like a naked mole rat.
You're gonna cry for that? No,
no.
I heard your voice shake. I'm like, what's that?
No, I'm saying because, like, yeah, in a perfect world, I would have a clean shaven face. I think it looks clean. I think it looks nice. You know, I think you do look more like, I guess you could say presentable. Yeah, you know? For sure. In another perfect world, I would have a full beard right now. I would look like the conquistadors. You know, todo pinche, you know, like that. But if you look at my dad can't grow more than his mustache, you know? I already have more than him. So I have no hope to have a beard, which would put me in the position to be like, all right, well, I'll just shave it off. The last time I trimmed this too short, I looked like a freaking Discord monitor guy, or like, what are they called? The regulators. Like, I just look like a World of Warcraft ass ugly fucking yeah. You just there's you don't want to see what's going on down here. You know what I mean? Like,
no, well, now I do.
You will see more than just one chin. You know, you can already kind of see it. You know, so in a perfect world, I would take it off. I told myself if I ever got my chin back, my jawline back, then I would probably take it off, just so that would. But at this point, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I haven't taken it off. I used to shave this, just the mustache. I would just have the little goatee before.
That one looks weird.
Me in high school, that's what I had for like forever. I tried growing the mustache in the beginning. I remember I thought I looked silly, but luckily I kept it going because now, like, again, like, you've ever fucked up? Or like for you, like if you fuck up shaving, you can just like regrow it. But like if I were to fuck up, I'm going 6 months like to grow this shit back, you know, like, half a year, you know. Yeah. So now when I put a trimmer, like I'm just being like I'm fucking Mission Impossible, like dun, 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 dun. So don't get me wrong, people. I would love to look clean for mariachi, but I just don't want to look like a naked mole rat right now. I think that's not the move right now. So that's why I'd rather just keep this. I don't want to do it. I'm scared.
I look ugly either way, so I never took that into consideration.
Okay, Mr. Bitches, whatever. Anyway, como te decía, I think that was the last one. I'm not really sure. Yeah, that was the last one. Nice.
That's the last one?
Yeah. We're going to do chorro chat. Charro chat. A la chinga. This person says, have you dealt with a member that doesn't have rhythm, a.k.a. doesn't count?
Damn, so that means like... no, dilos, güey, está bien.
Che, Víctor.
Aguanta vara.
No sabe leer. Ni leer se puede el cabrón. Ni leer. No, actually, yeah, but I don't want to say because I'd make him feel bad.
It's okay, bro.
Let's just say at one point I played with I can't even say what instrument. An instrument, and it tripped me the fuck out how much they couldn't keep beat. And let's just say it was a main instrument. It was a main instrument. And like that needs to be like the most on beat instrument. Don't say anything.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'm just saying. Point is, I started playing with them and I was like, this is rough. And I was like basically doing all the work. And it was very, very complicated. And it was very, very hard. And I remember just thinking like, this was a very hard gig. And it was 1 hour. Pero I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it. Point is, yes, I have played with somebody that has no rhythm.
Oh, you're talking about beep. Right. Just like,
right. Yeah. And it cuts to black. No, but it's just, I don't want to make it feel, they were nice. They were nice to me, you know? But it's just because, see, it was, again, that's where you have to separate, you know, the musicianship from like the person. It's like the person was really good, but I didn't enjoy playing with them.
No, I'm curious. Do I know this person?
No. I'm not gonna say.
Oh, so you're just saying no because you don't want to give it away.
Yeah, I just So, but they were really nice to me. They were really nice to me. But it's just that it was hard to play.
Is it in Allende?
Cállate, güey.
In San Antonio?
No te puedo
Was it here?
decir. No te puedo decir.
Is that a girl or
you ever played with anybody that has no rhythm?
No, I play with people that have their own rhythm. You know how like there's some like you know like they don't play on chest like that they play like that.
Yeah. So we did this last week, right? This past week.
Yeah.
We were like we both were playing at the game. We're like, let's just pretend we're like players we've dealt with before.
Yeah.
So like el vato que toca así like instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Like each one is different, you know. That and like people that like I have a pet peeve when like people don't play the vihuela like the instrument that it is. Like, yes, it's there to keep time and everything, but they act like it's a freaking axe and they're like cha cha. It's un bolero and it's like cha 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 cha.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like you gotta make the instrument sing. Right now, you're like punishing it. Like, you know, they don't understand articulation. But yeah, we were just fucking around doing a bunch of shit, like playing in bad positions.
Yeah.
Someone was watching us in the audience, like, what the fuck are they doing?
Were they? Shit.
No, I'm saying like,
oh, okay.
I'm sure somebody like because there's always people recording us, you know, so they're recording and they're like putting it down. Like, what the fuck was that?
My favorite one is the one where like they don't let the string resonate.
Oh yeah,
that one broke me, bro. Like what we're doing, like Fiesta en Jalisco, the bum 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 bum. It was your little solo.
Oh yeah. It just like sounded so like abrupt.
That broke me, bro. I was like,
that and Arturo, Victor's been doing this thing where like kids can't play F or F sharp. Like when they're first learning guitarrón, they don't have the finger strength to hold down F or F sharp. So anytime it's like dun F sharp, you know, F sharp, they'll be like dun 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 dun. No, it's so bad, bro. But again, those are like the little trials and tribulations you do when you're first learning your guitarrón. Yeah.
It's funny though.
It's fun. We have a good time. This person says, "What are the differences in sound between the different harp types?"
No, it all goes back to their history.
You can give them a freaking history lesson.
Basically, I think the more south you go, the more like melody strong they are. So like a lot of instruments like in Paraguay and Venezuela, they're very like they're melody heavy. Can you say melodic? No, right? That's a scale.
No, melodic. Yeah. Melodic.
Okay.
Melodic,
yeah, they're very like melody heavy. So like they're kind of built and made to project that melody out. So like that's why even their basses will sound like a little brighter. Like Paraguayan harps sometimes to me sound like a guitar.
I was gonna say like those, the way they resonate kind of do sound like a guitar.
Yeah, like Matt's harp is a Paraguayan.
His does sound different than yours.
Yeah. And the more north you move, I guess, like once you get to parts like Veracruz, they're also like armonía heavy. So like their bass line will be a little, they will be built to make the bass line a little bit deeper. If you hear like a jarocho harp, like in live, you feel that bass in your stomach, dude.
What about like the Michoacan ones, the ones that are like super fat?
Oh, that's meant to like you move. Those are even more up north, and that's where you have like they're called like what is it? Arpas? No, it's not arpas grandes. They're Michoacanos.
Arpa grande. I've heard that before.
And they're meant to be real bassy, you know, to the point where like sometimes like I mean their melody doesn't, their high strings don't suffer, but they definitely change. Like you can kind of tell when you hear it, like the higher strings sound a little like I feel like they want to resonate a little deeper, but they can't because they're like higher strings.
Yeah.
But you hear that bass line, same thing. You feel that bass from the Michoacan harp like on your bones, bro. Like it almost I would say a lot of them like will beat like a guitarron, you know, because they're so like.
I've never been next to one to like hear it.
No,
I've always seen like these or like the Jalisco harps, a little bit thinner, stuff like that.
They have the same idea too, those Jalisco harps, but for some reason they're smaller. I don't know the story behind that. My guess is transportation. You know,
yeah.
like,
if you're moving around a lot,
I know they're like more, not a mountain, but they're more elevated, right?
Yeah.
So like maybe traveling with it downhill or uphill like made it easier and made them smaller. I know like that's why a lot of harps in South and Central America are made that way, because they're made for transportation, because they all come from like the classical harp, which is this huge harp that's huge, meant to have gold, right? And has more than, I don't know how many strings it has. It's more than 37, which is what like mine and this one have. And yeah, hope this helps. Like and follow for more.
Like that made it worse for me. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know there was a Paraguayan harp.
Yeah. Why do you think it's so hard for groups these days to have loyalty and consistency?
I don't think there ever was.
Yeah, honestly, I guess when you put it like that,
like I remember going to Albuquerque. I specifically remember talking about like Miguel Martinez, how he quit. He came and went from Vargas because he was doing like other hood rat shit. You know, we're talking about Miguel Martinez, which is from like the fucking
back in the days.
Yeah. And I've heard like other charros, like a lot of like charro stories, like when you hear like Chu Hernandez and like people that we interviewed, their stories are like, oh yeah, well, I was in this group and I quit. Me fui pa' acá. It was better. They had more money. You know? So
well, I think it just goes back to anybody is going to, not anybody, but like the reason loyalty doesn't exist is why it doesn't exist in sports. It's like someone's presenting you a better opportunity, more money, and it's the decision that will ultimately be better for your life or whatever, or for what you think in that moment. Obviously, you're going to take it. I think loyalty doesn't necessarily exist unless you're married, of course. I love my wife. But yeah, like at the end of the day, it's like if I would be the same. Like if I wanted to go to another mariachi tomorrow, I could, but what's going to lead my decision to that? It'd have to be like, yeah, I mean, more money or whatever, but like more money doesn't almost always mean the greatest either. Maybe you're going to a place with more money, but it's más desmadroso. Or maybe the people there aren't as humilde. You know, maybe they're more jerks, you know, so it's like, do you want to go to a place like that? Okay, well, then go do that, you know?
Bosses are not, well, I was thinking of Silvestre Vargas. Silvestre made like 3 or 4 groups del Vargas, where like, it's like, está el Vargas, está el Mariachi de Silvestre Vargas, está el Mariachi Monumental. I forgot the other one. But like, there's a lot of albums where you look at it, and it's el Vargas, but it's not Vargas, you know? Isn't that like a... Or there's a story where like apparently Vargas was going to Paris, but I guess they maybe double booked and they were supposed to do like a movie with Miguel Aceves, I think, like in South America somewhere. So they split the group, or they make like another group to like go here, and that was Mariachi Vargas, you know? So it's like, is that being loyal, you know? Like,
yeah. I just think in general, anybody's going to do whatever they're going to do. Again, I think your decision is based on what you want to do, but I don't think loyalty ever is really a thing. I mean, look at Sol, look at Vargas, look at Camperos. Like, they change members all the time. You know? It could be just because...
It has been more recently, though, I feel.
Yeah, but again, people have families. People want to present...
People have their reasons.
Yeah, they all have their reasons to leave. So it's not like... You're not required to stay in one group forever. So if you do that, that's cool. But, I mean, if you don't, it's also not bad either.
Yeah.
You know, no one is signing 10-year contracts with these mariachis where there's like no trade clause, you know, where you can't go to another team unless you get traded. Like that doesn't happen. You know, this isn't a team. At the end of the day, it's really just a mariachi. We're just the musicians or whatever.
I will say, like, if you are quitting, you know, pues do it in a way that you have your doors open. Because maybe that's what they mean. Like when people quit nowadays, they quit like on the spot.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
And maybe be like, you know, I think I scared Arturo like a month back, I think, because I told him like, hey, I have to tell you something. It was completely unrelated, but I remember I started with like, no, te queda muchas gracias, porque it was already like, yeah. I feel bad for making that joke, but I didn't think it'd be like that. He was just like, He gave me this face. I'm like, no, it's a joke. But like, you know, like yeah, like you know, like say thank you. I mean, they did give you work. I guess you helped them out too, but you know, leave doors open for you, man. You never know. Like you might have to come back.
Oh yeah, that's true too. You can't burn your bridges, especially in this world, because as soon as like you need them again or something like that for any reason, once it's burned, and you can't build unless you're Mexican. You know, you got to deal for that.
It's in your blood in that case.
Whoa, that's racist.
Hey man.
The last one was like thoughts on the valley, but I don't know if we can get into all that. I've never been to the valley other than when I went like 2 times. So I can't really say. I mean, you have more of a say.
I think they're very talented. It's very crazy.
Something in the water.
They have a lot of support too. I think I've told that story.
Well, I think they're just saying like in general, like the valley.
Oh, it's fucking hot. No mames.
Like the mariachi scene over there. It doesn't have to just be high school, like or like college, or just in general. I guess that's what it means.
It is a good time. I think.
Did you enjoy it?
I think my favorite part was the food. I think the Mexican food there is
chingona.
Like los tacos.
¿Ahí tienen taco palenque?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No way, pero o sea,
it
doesn't pair with
taco
like
palenque
las taquerias.
is the shit, bro.
I get that it's good.
If they had one here, we would be going every day after the pod, bro. I'm not even fucking with you. I'd be like, hey, wait, we're gonna go to taco palenque. It's gonna happen if they can fucking bring In-N-Out here and Bojangles and Shake Shack, like all these different places from all over the U.S. They have to bring a taco palenque here.
I'm sure.
I'm sick and tired of the fact that they don't have it here.
I think it's like slowly moving up. No, it's in there one like.
There's one in Round Rock.
How far is that?
2.5 hours, 3 hours. Yeah.
Almost.
Honestly, if they have one like in Waco, I might go.
Bro?
Yeah.
Oh, is it in Waco 2 hours?
Waco's like an hour and a half. I would go. Si vamos a las chambas, güey, de 3 horas. I'm like, I would go for some taco palenque. I'm almost Waco. It's fucking getting long. But yeah, this has been CharroBeans podcast. I appreciate you guys coming back to episode 149. We will be back next week. I'm off now from school, so this might be a late episode. I don't know. I have a practice right after this for it. The work don't stop, even though I'm not playing mariachi at school. I'm playing mariachi where else, or I'm doing something. So, I'll get this out to you guys as soon as possible. But keep liking, subscribing, sharing the podcast to anybody you know that likes mariachi and mariachi things. What else? Anything?
That's it, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Nos vemos. Se cuidan. Tomen, pero no tanto. Dróguense, pero no tanto. No se crean.
No,
yeah, you guys be safe, you know?
Yeah, be safe. And
drink water before.
Andale, I need to drink water. All I'm drinking is Red Bull today.
Chivato.
It's sugar-free.
So?
It's basically water.
It's just water.
Bueno, nos vemos. You guys take it easy and stay sweet.
Love you guys. No, it's like all like wholesome and it's like